everyone, and welcome to my, I think, 6th episode of Magic Mirror. For those of you who are new, Magic Mirror is a series that I do where I watch a Disney or Pixar film, and I find a character or two that I personally relate to, and I'll talk about it. Before I start, I just want to apologize for my appearance and my voice today. I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I have a head cold. This probably won't actually go up for a while, and I won't be sick when this video goes up. But I am currently sick, but I still wanted to record. So for today's episode, I watched Lilo and Stitch. I've watched Lilo and Stitch so many times. For those of you who haven't seen it, Lilo and Stitch is a story of a little girl who doesn't really have many friends, and Stitch is an experiment who ends up on Earth, and they end up becoming friends. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff that happens in between all that, but that's the main synopsis of Lilo and Stitch. I know I'm not very good at telling you what happens in movies. I know what happens, but when I have to express it, I'm like, it leaves me. So the character I found myself relating to the most in Lilo and Stitch was Lilo. As I stated, she doesn't have friends, and she tries to make friends with the other girls, and they always kind of shoo her away because she's different from them. Like the scene where they all have their dolls out and Lilo asks if they're going to play dolls and pulls out Scrump. If you don't know who Scrump is, this is Scrump, her doll. And because Scrump is different than the dolls that they have, they make fun of her. As I've stated in past videos, I was a little out there and I didn't have that many friends growing up. Now, being 21 years old and I'm in college, I go to college in Chicago and I only have 2 friends back at home in New Jersey. My best friend Alexa and my other best friend Lauren. But you know, sometimes it just sucks. You wish you had more people to spend time with. And as I said, I go to school in Chicago and I've made more friends here, but even here, I have about 3 or 4 friends, which I love to death. Very close friends of mine. If you want to know who you are, Allie, Emma, Erica, Justin. But especially when I was growing up, you know, it's hard. It's hard to make friends. Lilo doesn't really have friends in the movie until Stitch kind of comes along. And Stitch, even though is technically her pet, becomes her best friend. And honestly, that's how I see my friends nowadays. I didn't really have anybody, and then I made these friends. They're all great. They're all fantastic people. I love all of you to death, and I really hope you know that. Another thing that Lilo does is she's a little bit over dramatic, but this is something like I do. I get like really into things and I worry about things, so like she worries about Pudge the fish, which is a fish in the ocean, and how she feeds him peanut butter. And they didn't have peanut butter, they only had tuna. And she goes, "Do you know what tuna is?" "It's fish! If I feed Pudge tuna, I'd be an abomination." I feel like that would be me. Maybe not feeding a fish in the ocean, because I'm absolutely terrified of fish. It's like one of my biggest fears. The ocean and fish are one of my biggest fears. If I was like really dedicated to doing something and I couldn't do it because we didn't have the things necessary, oh, I would say something like that. I would like be so over dramatic and be like, "Oh, well, I'm the worst human being." Another thing is when she goes home after her hula lesson and Nani's trying to get in and she's laying on the ground. She's like, "Leave me alone to die." I mean, probably not just me. I'm probably not the only one who relates to this. So over dramatic. This is me, like right now. I'm sick. I have a head cold. And I was in class and I was like, wow, this is the most awful thing that's ever happened to me. Oh my god, I have to go to class. I'm gonna die. I didn't die. I'm here. I'm filming. But I'm so over dramatic when it comes to things like that. And one last thing that I related to with Lilo is, obviously, Nani is Lilo's older sister. And I have an older sister who, when we were both younger, we didn't get along all the time. And I mean, now my sister's like one of my best friends. But when we were younger, I was definitely the more aggressive child, which is exactly how this is in Lilo and Stitch. You know, Lilo locks the door so Nani can't get in. And when she does get in, and Mr. Bubbles shows up to see how things are going in the household, he's like child services. Lilo does everything stupid, like when Nani leaves on the stove and she's like, "Yeah, that's been on all day," and like My friends need to be punished when she puts the spoons in like the pickle jar, essentially trying to get like her older sister in trouble. I don't know, I was a really aggressive child, and I remember throwing shoes at my older sister down the hallway when I was like, I don't know, 5. So the relationship between Nani and Lilo is how the relationship between me and my sister was, especially when we were little. We would fight, but then we would be like best friends at times. So their relationship is like mine and my sister's. Well, that's about it. I hope that my no makeup, stuffy nose, nasally voice, whatever, didn't distract you too much from enjoying this video. Let me know in the comment section below which character you think you are from Lilo and Stitch. Also, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Buttons are right down there. Boop, boop. And I will see you guys next time.